Hey, Frank, I'm Ahearn, privacy expert and blackmail negotiator. So I'm going to talk about how to stop blackmail, how to end blackmail, but there's some things you need to know first. Number one, not everybody actually needs to hire a blackmail professional for help. Two key examples are there's an email that goes around that it's a Bitcoin blackmail email, and it's a lengthy email. It states that they infiltrated your laptop and your camera on your laptop, and they got your contacts, and they saw you pleasuring yourself while you were searching porn sites. And so that they want $1,200 in Bitcoin in 48 hours. Total scam, nothing to worry about. It's fake, okay? They send out thousands of these a year, hundreds of thousands maybe, but it's just BS. Now what happens is sometimes in the dear or the reference of the email, it might have like an old username that you used, okay, in the past for a website or a credit card or something like that. It's just something that was bought from the dark web, but they don't have your content. For starters, they didn't include the compromising content like photos or videos or any of your contacts. Now, if you're in a real blackmail situation, two things: blackmailers don't wait 48 hours. They want money and they want it now. That's one thing. Number two, they always hit you with what they have. So for example, if they have your wife's Facebook page or your husband's Instagram, they're showing it to you. They have your photos, they're showing it to you. So that's the difference. The blackmail email Bitcoin thing, don't even worry about it. The other thing is, when victims contact me, I go deep into, what does the blackmailer know about you? Because sometimes they don't have information on the victim. They don't have their right name, or they don't have their mobile number because the victim used a burner and they connected with them on a dating app. And so the blackmailer is bluffing and just claiming they have their social media or their contacts, and they don't. But there's a step-by-step way of figuring that out. And sometimes through negotiating with the blackmailer, it's easy to determine. So you don't necessarily always need blackmail help. You do need blackmail help when they have your Facebook friends and your employment and your Instagram followers and things like that, and compromising photos of you and videos of you, because you're in for a fight. It's not an easy exit. The other idea of the two phrases, how to stop blackmail and how to end blackmail, most victims type that online when they become victimized, and it is a barrage of bad information, from bad companies advertising to bad government and law enforcement information to bad message boards posting wrong information. So as a victim, you just really don't know what to do. One company says, contact us, we'll solve your problem. And maybe they will, maybe they won't. That's the problem with blackmail. You just don't know if that company will help you. You go to a message board or a company website or government website, it tells you to ignore the blackmail. You ignore the blackmail, they will expose you. Do not ignore blackmail. You're better off in communicating with them, because you do have a certain amount of control. So be very careful who you take advice from and what website you take advice from. Because the other issue is, a scam may sound the same, because structurally blackmail is all the same. Get compromising photos, threaten you. And so something might sound similar, or it might sound 100%, but the problem is your predator is not the same. The blackmailer is different, and you don't know how aggressive they are. You don't know if they just exposed the last 5 people they came across. And so you have to be very careful with the information you read online. What I do is, when I connect with a client or an individual needs help, I break down the blackmail, boom, 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 boom. How did you connect? How are you communicating? When did they contact last? How did the blackmailer pay? What do they know about you? Did they show you the Facebook page? Are you identifiable in the photos? So there's this whole series of questions I go through to understand the blackmail in full. And again, sometimes people don't need my help, they can do it on their own. And if that's the case, they just end up picking up my book, The Self-Help Guide to Stopping Blackmail, and they work it that way. Or they hire me and I take over, I pose as the victim, manipulate the blackmailer to my communications, and I protect your identity, prevent the exposure, and I get rid of them. And I use disinformation for the purposes of ensuring that the blackmailer doesn't come back in 3 or 6 months from now, because that's key in blackmail. You don't want to go through this whole thing of finally getting over, they're not exposing you, but then 3 months from now they come back because they still have your mobile number, they still have your email address or something of that nature. So you have to take precautions to make sure they don't come back. And I don't mean just deleting those things, because blackmailers do need a place to come to, because if they can't find you, they might go after the people that they know. So if you have any questions, just ask, and be safe and be smart. Once again, I'm Frank M. Ahearn, and I can help you.